You keep going. Everything is mental, everything is in the head. I try not to let any type of weakness in my head, because in the fight, you can't let any type of weakness in. Yes, the punches hurt. Yes, it's dangerous. Yes, anything can happen at any given moment. But even if you get hit, even if you get hurt, you can't accept it. That's what makes me different from everybody.
David Benavidez isn't just preparing for another fight, he's coming for the cruiserweight crown. As training camp heats up, the unbeaten star is sharpening every weapon for a potential unification showdown. The undefeated champion works through fast-paced striking drills, delivering sharp punches with consistent intensity. The session is focused on maintaining power and efficiency throughout every sequence.
Put yourself in your head, you're not tired, the body, you keep going. Everything is mental, everything is in the head. I try not to let any type of weakness in my head, because in the fight, you can't let any type of weakness in. Yes, the punches hurt. Yes, it's dangerous. Yes, anything can happen at any given moment. But even if you get hit, even if you get hurt, you can't accept it. That's what makes me different from everybody. I'm not gonna accept defeat ever. And I'm never gonna let anybody beat me in the ring. That's why I work my ass off every day.
Benavidez sharpens his timing, combination punching, and ring control through intense sparring sessions. Each round is designed to simulate fight conditions while maintaining his trademark pressure and pace. The focus then shifts to power and volume. The Mexican monster unloads sustained combinations on the heavy bag, building endurance while maintaining consistent power throughout every sequence. The drills are designed to keep his offensive output sharp under fight-like conditions. Benavidez's coach explains that the camp places a strong emphasis on lower body conditioning, with dedicated work targeting the ankles and feet. The objective is to build a stronger foundation that supports Benavidez's movement and balance during every exchange.
What's up, man? Well, you all earlier when your shoes.
You know, because we want to make sure that every time he is in the ring and he moves and turns his ankles from the ground up. That's the ankle work, and then in the next stage, the B version is when we do the toes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
With anticipation growing, Benavidez identifies Opetaia as the biggest fight available in the division and says it remains a matchup he wants. While he respects Opetaia's abilities, he believes the current promotional situation has made the fight more difficult to arrange.
I mean, I think that's the biggest fight in the world, especially at this weight division. You know, and that's definitely a fight I want. Like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. This is Monstro's world. And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight. I don't know why he went to Zuffa. We could have made this fight right after this one. You know, but now I don't know if he got stripped by the IBF or what it is. You know, I'm not going to go over there and fight for a Zuffa title. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a great fight to make in the future. And I mean, I respect Jai Opetaia a lot. He's a great fighter. And I think he has to come back over here to make these fights happen because, you know, we can't make no fights in Zuffa.
From Opetaia's perspective, a fight with Benavidez is straightforward to make from his side. He maintains that he has been ready, while suggesting repeated excuses have prevented meaningful progress in negotiations. As a result, Opetaia believes Benavidez may decide to pursue a different route.
Man, that fight's easy to make on our side. You know what I mean? I've been ready. I've been, you know, I'll just hear excuses and you know, this and that, you know, Buzz, reach out. How bad do you want to fight? How bad do you want to be undisputed cruiserweight? That's an easy fight to make. Yeah. You know, there's all these little excuses and stuff, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, I think he's going to take a different path.
Meanwhile, Opetaia makes it clear that location is no obstacle if it leads to becoming undisputed. His priority is proving himself against the very best, regardless of where the fight takes place. For Opetaia, the goal is simple: settle the debate inside the ring.
I don't care where it is. Honestly, I don't care where it is. I don't care. They call me and say we'll fight here, bro, done. I'll fight anywhere for that. You know, I want to become undisputed, and I don't feel like where I fight is going to change that. You know, like, I'm just ready to fight. You know, I want to see, am I undisputed? You know, are you boys better than me? Fucking show me.
Jose Benavidez Sr. insists his team has made genuine efforts to open negotiations with Opetaia's camp. He maintains that the lack of response has slowed discussions, despite his attempts to reach both the fighter and his representative. In his view, the absence of any response raises questions about whether Opetaia's team is fully committed to making the fight.
Opetaia, you know, Opetaia is talking all this shit also, you know. I'm gonna give you a little secret. I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Remember what I'm telling you right now. Remember what I'm telling you right now. I got proofs, you know. I've been talking to his manager. I've been trying to talk to him. They're not responding to phone calls. I sent Opetaia, listen, I know you want to fight. Help me out. Get me to your manager. Let's talk about this fight. You know, give me his number. Here's my number. Tell your manager to call me. Let's make it happen. You know, the thing is sometimes, you know, these fighters, they want to fight, but the managers and the team knows that he's not ready for David. So that's why they're not reaching up.
Sean Zettel views Opetaia as the toughest challenge available for Benavidez. He suggests the matchup is less about overall talent and more about facing a naturally established elite cruiserweight. In Zettel's view, allowing more time to adapt to the division could significantly improve Benavidez's chances before pursuing that fight.
Because Benavidez is better than him, pound for pound, but fights don't happen pound for pound. They happen in an actual weight class. And in a 200-pound weight class, Opetaia is a more chiseled, finished product in the cruiserweight division. Benavidez hasn't grown into that division yet. All the more reason why go back down to light heavyweight while your body can still handle it and finish your business there, then grow into cruiserweight to give yourself the best chance of beating Opetaia, because Opetaia is a powerful, athletic southpaw in the cruiserweight division. He is going to be a tall task for David Benavidez, who I think at some point can beat him.
Building on that point, Andre Ward argues that Benavidez's future is becoming clearer as he settles into cruiserweight. He views a clash with Opetaia as the division's most meaningful matchup, believing it would answer important questions about where Benavidez truly belongs among the elite. In his opinion, that opportunity now carries more significance than a return to light heavyweight.
I agree.
And I like the fight with Jai. I think the Jai Opetaia fight at cruiserweight is the fight for me. That's the fight that I want to see. Jai has been the man at that weight class for a very long time. And now you got a new player in the division with a hot name and whose stock and whose star power is only rising. That's the fight I believe that needs to be made at the cruiserweight division. We'd love to see Bivol, but for some reason, the light heavyweight division just is not as appealing to me right now for David Benavidez. And again, I'm not sure that that's the right weight for him to fight, being that he's fought this weight and looked the way that he did. I think it's cruiserweight or maybe go up and fight Alexander Usyk.
From another perspective, Malik Scott believes Benavidez possesses a style that places relentless pressure on even the highest level opposition. He argues that few fighters can sustain such intensity without sacrificing effectiveness, forcing opponents to defend almost every second of the contest. In Scott's view, that relentless offensive rhythm is what separates Benavidez from the rest of the sport.
To me, Benavidez is the most dangerous fighter in the world, and I'm including all divisions. We could talk about Shakur's, we could talk about Haney's, we could talk about all these Usyks and guys that's better than him technically. But I'm talking about as far as danger zone. When you're in the fight of your life from round 1 through round 12, David Benavidez, I've never seen nothing like him before. I've never seen hand speed like that on a consistent basis. I've never seen extension with that hand speed like that. He throw 8-punch combinations sometimes or even more. If he throw 13 shots, 11 of them got heat on it. Usually the more people throw, the more that the power is not there.
Even so, Malik Scott gives Opetaia a genuine chance because of the complete skill set he brings into the ring. He believes Opetaia offers more than physical strength, combining technical ability with the kind of punching authority needed to influence Benavidez's approach. In Scott's view, that could become a decisive factor if they eventually meet.
And to me, Opetaia has knockout power, experience. He's a better boxer than even people like myself give him credit for. He's not just power, he has more to his game. but I think you have to have knockout power to get Benavidez respect. And out of those two, the one that has the power is Opetaia.
Max Kellerman and Devin Haney agree that Benavidez would enter a potential showdown with Opetaia as the slight favorite. While they acknowledge Opetaia's standing at cruiserweight, they believe Benavidez's overall talent and versatility give him the advantage.
First of all, Opetaia is the Ring Magazine champ. He got the Zuffa belt. That's true. He's considered the cruiserweight champ, and clearly Benavidez is now the man, the name in the division. I think, Devin, that Benavidez would be favored to beat anyone in the division, probably the favorite, betting favorite, including Opetaia.
100%. I think he would definitely have to be. I think, like I said, this is, you know, something we've never seen in the cruiserweight division. So I like Jai. I think that he's a good fighter, but I think that Benavidez is just a great fighter.
Expanding on that view, Devin Haney expects Opetaia to provide one of Benavidez's toughest tests at cruiserweight. He credits Opetaia's familiarity with the division and well-rounded strengths, but still feels Benavidez has the extra quality needed to separate himself when it matters most.
Yeah, I think that it's a very competitive fight because, you know, Jai, he has speed, he has power, he has experience, and he's been at the weight. But like I said, I just think that Benavidez is levels above him.
Jose Benavidez Sr. praises Opetaia's talent, but believes he still has more to prove against elite opposition. He argues that Opetaia has not yet shown enough to be viewed as one of the biggest threats to Benavidez. For that reason, he says his team would have no hesitation taking the fight.
Opetaia, you know what? I think he's a great fighter. I met him at a fight. I want to give a big shout out to Opetaia. I think he's a great fighter. He's doing well, but I think he still needs the experience, you know. His last fight, I think he held back. He looked a little bit tired. He was struggling in there. He did win the fight to me, and I mean, he did win pretty much all the rounds. But, you know, I just think that he needs a little bit more experience. You know, we'll fight him tomorrow. Not a problem. Like I said, we want to fight him. At the end of the day, right now, the fighters that we want to fight are the big fighters, the dangerous fighters. Is he a dangerous fighter? Not now.
Offering another viewpoint, Timothy Bradley is convinced Benavidez would have the upper hand against Opetaia. He believes Benavidez's relentless pressure and physical approach would gradually take Opetaia out of his comfort zone. Once the fight shifts in that direction, Bradley expects the momentum to swing decisively in Benavidez's favor.
David Benavidez beat Jai Opetaia. Hell yeah, he beat Opetaia. Oh, I'ma double down. He gonna beat Opetaia. I double down on that one. He gonna beat Opetaia. See, Opetaia got good feet. Yeah, he can box, but he can be drugged into a fight. And if you know anything about David Benavidez, just like he did with Ramirez ass, he's the one of those guys that's gonna test your heart. He gonna test what you have in here. And once he go to Jai's ass and he tests what he has in here, Jai gonna lose his shit. Jai ain't gonna be boxing and moving around. Jai gonna be looking to fight. Jai gonna get tired too.
Teddy Atlas praises Benavidez for consistently pursuing the toughest available opposition throughout his career. He believes Benavidez has repeatedly backed up his confidence by embracing risky challenges instead of taking the safer path. For Atlas, that fearless mindset is what separates true champions and has the potential to define Benavidez's legacy.
I always loved him because of his attitude on top of that he'll fight anyone. Old school. You know, he puts his money where his mouth is. He wanted to fight Canelo, he's ready to fight Canelo. You know, he didn't get that, then, you know, he goes up to light heavyweight and he wins the title there. And then he goes up to cruiserweight. He'll take fights that, at least on paper, are risky fights that a lot of people wouldn't take, and he'll take them. He puts his money where his mouth is. He has the true confidence that you want in a champion. He believes in himself that he can beat anybody. And he shows it. And he's willing to make fights that can really leave him a great legacy by having that attitude.
Looking deeper into the tactical side, Coach Breadman believes Opetaia has the athletic tools to trouble Benavidez. He argues that Opetaia's speed, explosiveness, and punching power make him a far more dangerous challenge than opponents who rely solely on size. For Breadman, Benavidez will need to stay defensively responsible throughout the fight.
Well, Opetaia is big, fast, and explosive. And David has good defense, but he's not unhittable. So the fact that David started out at 168 and Opetaia started out at 200, Opetaia, you know, I didn't think Zordo could do anything with David because he's just too slow getting off, man. You know what I mean? Like, everything is not about speed, man, but when the speed difference is that big, you got to have some kind of like masterful timing or jab or something to offset that. He's just too slow. Opetaia not slow like that. He's twitchy, he's fast, and he's explosive. And David gonna have to be careful. That ball hits you with a left hand, he can knock you out.
Offering another viewpoint, Andre Dirrell sees a potential clash between Benavidez and Opetaia. As an even matchup, he believes Opetaia's footwork and movement will be crucial, but only if he remains disciplined and avoids prolonged exchanges. For Dirrell, controlling distance and conserving energy could be the keys to lasting all 12 rounds.
If I had to pick I'm gonna say 50-50, right? I think Jai will make the mistake of being there, because he's great with the feet, but he has to be keen. He got to be precise. He got to be calculated with his feet when he get in there with David. It's like when you get in front of David, man, you want to make him miss. You want to stay out the way. You want to preserve your energy or build up the energy needed to go for 12 rounds. First round or the 12th round, just like the first.
Taking that analysis a step further, Dirrell believes Opetaia's success will depend on controlling the pace rather than matching Benavidez punch for punch. He argues that forcing Benavidez to work harder to create clean openings could gradually disrupt his offensive flow and create opportunities as the fight develops. For Dirrell, disciplined execution is the key to making that strategy work.
If Jai can use his feet collectively, stay out the way. I've seen fights with him where he lasts a whole 12 rounds continually moving after getting dropped or hurt, you know what I'm saying? So he has the ability with his legs, right? If you can continually make David have to reach for you because he can't simply walk to you and get the shots off, then he's going to have a problem. Why? Because he's going to take chances, right? Now, Jai doesn't have the jab that I want him to have, and that's really going to set up the big shots because it blinds a lot of, you got to blind him with that jab. Keep that jab in his face, making it hard for him to see the shots coming after. And if you can keep that distance and cause him to have to take chances to land those shots, then David is going to have the problem. So Jai has the feet.
Looking ahead, Floyd Schofield believes Benavidez should focus on proving himself at cruiserweight before chasing bigger opportunities. He sees Opetaia as the opponent who can best measure where Benavidez truly stands in the division. Rather than viewing either fighter as a clear favorite, Schofield expects a closely contested battle that could hinge on who performs better on fight night.
As Jai Opetaia, Kat,
I think that would be a great fight. I think before he would go to heavyweight, I think that would be the fight that needs to be made. I think Jai has a good chance too of possibly winning. You know, like I said, yeah, I think it just comes down to who shows up that night, for real.
Not everyone agrees with that approach. Roy Jones believes Benavidez should pursue Usyk before facing Opetaia. He argues that the heavyweight opportunity carries greater long-term value, while a loss at cruiserweight could close the door on an even bigger fight. In his view, the timing makes Usyk the smarter move.
It is not smart for David Benavidez to give Jai Opetaia a shot at his name right now because he's hot right now. You go up and fight Usyk while you're hot, and it makes sense. You can always come back down and fight Opetaia if you want to. You understand? If you lost to Usyk, Opetaia fight still there. If you lose to Opetaia, Usyk fight gone. So be smart about this thing. Go take Usyk while the iron is hot. If you beat Usyk, you don't know how to see Opetaia unless you want to come to heavyweight. But if you go fight Opetaia and lose, you don't get a chance to see Usyk, and you don't get a chance to make history. That's crazy. You're on a rail right now to do something that nobody ever done before.
Zab Judah urges Benavidez to remain patient rather than rushing into a heavyweight showdown with Usyk. He argues that the size and physical demands at heavyweight create a completely different challenge, even for an elite fighter moving up through the division. In his view, Benavidez should continue building his resume before pursuing boxing's biggest prize.
No. Don't, David, listen, you smart. You know, that's heavyweight. That is a heavyweight. That's different. Don't let them come out. You're not going to 205. You going, how much is Usyk? What, 240? 210?
I think he more like 230.
Okay, 230. And when it's fight time, I'm pretty sure he's been 260, 270. I'm pretty sure in life, Why would you want to fight a guy that big? That's not cool.
He's coming from cruiserweight too. You know, Usyk.
Yo, man,
he was a former undisputed cruiserweight champion.
That I put my boy in the fucking grease. No. Not that he's scared. He's not scared of nobody. I don't think nobody could beat him up. But Jack, that's jumping the gun. Let's get two. Let's put two more on the notch and then go for that. Why not that? Why we gotta jump right to the fucking heavyweight?
However, Zab Judah believes the path toward a fight between Opetaia and Benavidez may be more realistic than many expect. However, he draws a clear line when it comes to heavyweight, arguing that taking on naturally bigger men would be an unnecessary risk. In his view, remaining in the right division offers the better long-term opportunity.
Just to see that, you know, Jai Opetaia wants that smoke as well, but is in Zuffa.
Yeah, he could get all that him nigga. Let's go, run it. But the heavyweights, nah, bro. Hold up, solid heavyweight niggas, 230, 240, and then they all the time they coming down from 260. Nah, bro, don't do that. Don't let them trick you out this spot, Dave. Nah.
With Benavidez closing in on a massive showdown with Jai Opetaia, the cruiserweight division could soon have an undisputed leader. Who do you think wins if Benavidez and Opetaia finally meet? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing coverage.